So I'm celebrating my brother's birthday. This was in 2007. Celebrating. We out on the block doing what we do, drinking, smoking. You know what I mean? Mind you, this 2007. You know what I mean? So this when I was a little active in the streets. And I remember like 2, 3 days prior, some guys came on the block and, shot the block up. You know what I mean? So our block was going to war with some people. At that time, we didn't even know who we was going to war with. It was just, you know what I mean? So much drama. There's a lot of shit going on. So our block was hot already from that incident. And it happened like two nights before my brother's birthday. So we out on the block. Everybody gripped up. Everybody strapped up, drinking, smoking, this, that, and the third. You know, for some strange reason, something said, take the joint. You know what I mean? Put it in the house, and that was like every time I had that feeling. You know what I mean? Right after something happened. You know what I mean? Something said, take the joint, put it in the house. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna need it. So I did that. Came back outside for a minute. I remember my brother was like, I'm about to head up West Philly. You know what I mean? Even before that, you know what I mean? I seen some narcs circle the block a couple times. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, something don't feel right. But my brother like, yo, I'm about to go to West Philly. Like, all right, I'm walk you to the bus stop or whatever. Bus stop right on the corner, 53rd and Woodland. So at the time I'm saying it, my man Lodge walked up. He had like a QP or some green. Like, yo, roll some of this up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, bet. He tucked it. I rolled up, told my brother, hold on, let me roll this up and walk you to the bus stop. So we walked to the bus stop. It was me, Lodge, and my brother. And I see this cop car. You know what I mean? It's not. Rolled back around. He rolled around like 3 times. Just kept looking. And on the third time he rolled back around, we already on the corner. So I didn't know that was the same car. As I know it was like a little short black dude. He stepped right up to me when we was on the corner waiting on the bus. He like, yo. I can't remember if he said, get your hands on the wall or you know what I'm saying, or put your hands, something crazy. But I'm like, what? Well, go ahead, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't need no cop. Like, cut it out. I ain't know who he was, honestly. But, by me drinking and smoking, like, that could have cost me my life. Like, I was just, you know what I mean? So, the nigga sucker punched me. When he hit me, I'm like, oh. You know what I mean? He hit me, I guess, from me mouthing back off to him. He felt like nigga, you know what I'm saying? But when he hit me, my first reaction was to swing on him. You know what I mean? So we tussling. Like, I hit him. He hit me. I sock him. We tussling. Next thing in the midst of this, I see Lies like walk off real fast. I'm like, oh, so I'm thinking like, oh, these niggas ain't gonna help me. But they noticed that they was the cops. In my mind, like, now I know, you know what I mean, this is a cop because 2 other white boys jumped out on my brother and my nephew. He at the corner now, you know what I'm saying? They got their guns out, like, back up. I mean, this dude's still tussling. So they jump on me too. You know what I mean? While I'm still, tussling with him, this nigga, one of the cops, hit me in the back of the head with the gun. I just felt it, like, boom. I'm like, all right, I'm a chill. You know what I'm saying? This shit got real. So they got me down, put me in cuffs and all that. Now I hear it like everybody on the block. I hear my mom. I hear my neighbors. What the fuck y'all doing? Oh, shit got crazy. And the cops, they telling them to back up, this, that, and the third. They like, I ain't got no reason to arrest him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the regular squad cars, the regular cop cars came. It was like 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? They all pulled up on the block. Boom, lights on. They hopping out on everybody, telling everybody get back. Meanwhile, I'm still on the ground with cuffs on, but I'm sitting down. You know what I'm saying? So, dude talking shit. You know what I mean? It was the white cop. He talking shit. Like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got you now. We seen what you was doing. I'm like, you ain't seen me do nothing. Yeah, all right. We seen you make a sell. We seen that. I'm like, all right, bro. But in my mind, let me talk to this motherfucker to where as though like he don't know who he talking to. I'm like, and the other cop heard me, the regular uniform cop. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. You doing all this, and you don't even know who I am. You don't know who I'm related to. And when I said that, I noticed they got quiet. So the other cop, like, I got him. You know what I'm saying? He's a regular, uniform cop. He put me in the back of the paddy wagon. Was it a pet? No. It was a cop car. Put me in the back of the cop car. But it was weird. Because they put me in a cop car. Mind you, my shit busted. If you look like right here, like the little scar right there came from that. You know what I'm saying? So he put me in the back of the cop car, but he talking to me on the way there. He was like, hey man, I know how my kind could be talking about the cop. He trying to play good cop. I know how my kind could be, and this, that, and the third. And what I'm gonna do is they want me to take you straight to 55th and Pine, but it's obvious, like, yeah, I mean, they hurt you. You know what I mean? You bleeding. I'm gonna take you to the hospital if you don't mind, so they can make sure, I'm like, all right, whatever. So they take me to the hospital, but the whole time waiting, he like, yeah, man, I heard you say you was, you related to somebody big, and I mean, who might that be? I'm like, I ain't got no rap for y'all, man. Y'all won't know. Y'all won't see who it is. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, I'm bluffing. I'm just bluffing, talking shit. Remember the doctor? They put some ointment on my head, wiped me down. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a little ice pack, and they gave me 2 Percocets and a prescription for like 10 more. You know what I mean? So they gave me 2 Percocets. They took me to 55th and Pine. So now I'm sitting in 55th and Pine. I ain't never take no Percocets before. I'm grooving, but I'm calm. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna be sitting here. I know I ain't gonna be out here the same night, because I believe this happened on like I believe it happened like on a Tuesday or something like that. But I thought, in my mind, I was gonna be out the same night. My bad, because I ain't never get arrested before, and I know R&R. You know what I'm saying? They gonna let me go. Mind you, this shit so packed in the jails at this time. 55th Pine, so crazy. They got like, 8 people in each cell. I'm sitting there. I know a couple dudes that they brought in there. It was crazy. A couple dudes I used to go to the studio with, like, damn, what you here for? A couple dudes from the hood. So, I'm chilling, but when them joints wore off, that's when I started snapping. I'm like, yo, nigga, my phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get out this joint. They're like, you gotta wait to see a judge. So mind you, it's happened Tuesday. I ain't see a judge till Thursday. So I'm in there snapping. They bringing us nut ass cheese sandwiches and shit. I don't want this shit. After a while, I got hungry. Yeah, I fucked that cheese sandwich up. It's cold as shit in the cell. Mind you, this happened in the summertime, but the cell was cold as shit. And I'm like, God damn. So that's around the time niggas still wearing big t-shirts. I had my white beat on. I had this big t-shirt. So I had to do some shit with my t-shirt to put my arms in there just to stay warm. So when I get to see the judge, I go see the judge on Thursday. He on the screen. Black dude. This judge was so ignorant towards me. He like, oh, I got the story. The officer asked you to put your hands up after he observed you, making a cell. And like, first of all, who's the person I was making a cell to? Like, that's bullshit. and you had a blunt in your mouth, that's bullshit. I ain't find no blunt, nothing. He said he asked you to get against the wall, and you decided to be a tough guy. That's his exact words. You decided to be a tough guy and give the cop a slap. And they wrote that shit. So I started laughing. Like, what? I'm laughing. So he like, oh, you think it's funny? Your bail gonna be 3,000. I'm like, oh, 3,000. Then he kept talking, and as he was saying, I was about to get up. He like, don't get up. You don't just get up in the middle of me talking. I'm like, you talking about my bail gonna be 3,000? I'm ready to go up CFCF, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just send me up there until I see the judge or another judge in my court case, whatever. You talking 3 grand? Like, he was like, with 10%, your bail be 345 and all that. And I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Cool. So, you know, after I see him, you know, I called my folks. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. They said the bail gonna be such and such. All right. But, you know, I ain't thinking that, you know, I know, 345 ain't a lot. I know I ain't have it at the time. Like, I was, you know, in the grind. So, you know, money I had just grabbed, I ain't have it. You know what I'm saying? But I know my folks had it. So I just was waiting. But I didn't know they was going to be that fast. So when they put me back in the cell, I was like, all right, let me just go to sleep, because they go send me up CFCF in the morning. You know what I mean? But as soon as I had that thought, now me and just one other person is in a cell now, because the other person they had to take out because he was like on heroin, and he was, you know what I mean, going through his act, and everybody else was seeing the judge. So I'm in a cell. I laid down. I hear Brown, come on, get up out of here. I'm like, oh yeah. I saw my man that was in the cell, bro. Good luck. I'm out of here. I will never be back in this motherfucker again. You know what I mean? Got a lawyer, Greg Pagano. You know what I mean? Spanked the kid. They ain't even like the fact that I had Greg Pagano on that case, because the case was like an assault and a bunch of other shit. You know what I mean? Possession of narcotics, like all like they took all them charges off me and just had the assault, because the assault for first time offender was a 1 and 3. So my lawyer told me, like, when we'll see him, bro, you ain't gonna do no jail time. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Play me this amount, I got you. I don't even remember him saying a word when I went to court. Cops showed up one time. I had like 3 preliminary. They showed up one time. They seen who I had representing me. They like, we ain't gonna waste our time. Spanked out. I ain't get in trouble no more, man. I said, that shit is for the birds, man. The system, that shit ain't for me. You know what I mean? Y'all got that. I'm cool. Just had to straighten up, because I realized, like, alcohol and all that shit, you know what I mean? All that shit played a part. If I wasn't drinking and smoking and shit like that, I would have been more on point. I would have been focused. You know what I mean? And I was young. I was wild. Now I think differently. You know what I'm saying? So if I go down, it's going to be for something real. For something somebody try to do to me. Or it's going to be some motherfucking, I don't even want to say. It's going to be some real major money shit. Some Fed shit. It ain't going to be no bullshit. So y'all motherfuckers got all these, you know what I mean? These nut-ass cases and shit like that. I'm cool. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Little quick story, man. You know what I mean? Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Peace and love.